this is Ranger Rob, and welcome to the Ranger Rob Country Living channel. And I'm so glad that we had a chance to get together here, because today I want to review part of the Crooked River Ranch, Central Oregon dream I've always had, and I've also stated it a lot in our videos. Is first of all, just to recognize we know we have some interesting times coming. We could have food shortages, wheat shortages, flour, sugar, gas shortages. We could literally not have stuff for our children, for Simulac, things like that. We don't know how heavy this situation could be. But so what I've been talking about a lot in my videos is creating a community. And this community is you know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, that's kind of the idea, where people on the ranch or in the Central Oregon area have talents, have skills, have animals, have food, have all kinds of things that are available to us. And I'm not necessarily talking about always buying stuff between each other. I'm kind of talking about bartering or trading, and trading is also using money. But I want to tell you that someone was listening. Someone was hearing what I was talking about on Crooked River Ranch. And I want to talk about, first of all, some of the things I've seen that are going on the ranch that for example, there's a lot of people who make all kinds of crafts. There's a lot of people that make blankets and things like that. People that make birdhouses and do woodworking. And another thing I wanted to show you is we have people that make food. Like here, there's a gentleman that makes salsa on the ranch. Very good salsa. But what I really want to talk about, and I'm very excited about, is this. This is raw milk. And I am so thrilled to get a jar of it. And this comes from Dragonfly Farms on the ranch. They have 5 acres here too, and they have their own cow. And they milk their cow every day. And they have 3 children and are working really hard to be self-sufficient, making sure that their kids are well educated with homeschooling, making sure that all the principles and American ways are taught. And as soon as they kind of caught up with us and we caught up with them, I immediately contacted her and let her know that we do the hydroponics. You guys have seen our hydroponics, and we are growing it, and this is early May, before actually even our warmer seasons to come in. And I thought I was really pushing to get some spinach going. Well, I've got more spinach than me and Sherry could eat. But I want to get it, I want to decide, well, I want to reach out and see if somebody wants some spinach, or maybe even trade for it. I don't really want their money. I mean, if somebody didn't have something to trade, then maybe we'd talk about money. But the thing is somebody answered the question, or answered the call of, yes, let's do this community stuff. So I contacted the people that make this milk, and I said, hey, you guys need spinach? I've got more spinach than I can handle. And they were over the same day. And they brought me this raw milk from their cow, which I'm so thrilled about. And by the way, I'm having a cup of coffee right now with the cream that settles to the top on this. I haven't actually drank a glass of it yet. I can't wait. I just got this last night. But the point is we may need this. And some people I know of younger may not comprehend this, but this was how things were. And it was kind of nice that the gal that owns Dragonfly Farms brought her mother-in-law, I believe, with her. And so she was probably closer to my age, but can remember some of the things that when we grew up, or how our neighborhoods were. We had parents and families watch out for each other's kids. The kids had the freedom to play, front or backyard, it didn't matter. We were communities. We watched out for each other's kids, and we did things for each other all the time. And that's not as it doesn't happen as much nowadays. But I'm picturing Crooked River Ranch of being a place where we could get back to that a little. And so as times get tougher, it'll be nice to know that if we can't get milk, maybe there's people on the ranch that make milk. If we can't get pork, maybe like people like myself, we grow pigs. We might have extra pork that we can trade. Chickens and eggs. It's amazing. And then also just some of the basics, like I've got something broken or I need something built for my homestead here. There's people that are carpenters and artists and woodworkers that we could, maybe they're willing to do some things for me for a couple of pounds of spinach and maybe some tomatoes in the future when I get tomatoes, or in the fact that I'm growing a lot of corn. I'll have something to trade, and if we don't have things to trade, then we'll use money. And if we have trouble with our banks and our ATMs and we can't get cash, nobody should starve on this ranch. If somebody's on fixed income, elderly, we should make sure that we can get food to them. And yes, I know we have other organizations that do this kind of stuff, but you need a community that believes in it and believes in each other and realizes that we can work with each other. I was so impressed when Amy from Dragonfly Farms came over. We showed them some of our systems, which we're happy to show them how to do it. Plus, she was kind of interested in some of the technical things we do with podcasts and things like that. And I've got extra equipment and things like that. I got stuff to offer, even at this age. And I don't want their money. I want to pass on knowledge that might help them and let them take the ball and run with it. So, if I need to teach somebody how to do podcasts and maybe I have some old equipment they can start off with, I'd be happy to give it to them. And in our case, we were talking about trade. It's like, well, here's a cute story. I had an extra camera. I use a GoPro. This is the GoPro I'm using now. I have my older ones. I just got this new one because it has stabilization in it. And getting older, holding a camera, you shake a lot more. So I wanted a stabilization camera. But I still got my older cameras that I'm not using anymore, that I moved away from. Well, what am I going to do with those? I could try to sell them or something like that, but we were talking, I said, well, what? I'll give you one of these. We'll trade for one of my cameras. And he's like, oh no, I'll pay money. He's like, oh, no you won't. You've got something I want. Raw milk. And he's like, well, how many bottles of raw milk will it take? He's like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be even all the time. That's what community's all about, helping each other. Sometimes it will be lopsided. And then when somebody gets back on their feet, they kind of return the favor. And the fact that sometimes they can't return the favor to you, but maybe they can return the favor to someone else. It's kind of passing the buck or passing it on. And so that's the vision I have for Crooked River Ranch. I'd like to see so much more of that, where we actually take the time to go to each other's homes and we trade things and we're talking about important things. The important things, not cars and fancy things and all that, but the basics of life. Staying warm, food over our heads, and taking care of our children. And so Amy, I want to give her the credit of taking that first step and trusting us and saying that we're not some kind of goofball. And she, so when they came over the first time, they brought other family members, which is appropriate, and making sure that we're all on the up and up. And I can assure you, we're on the up and up. And so I got a taste of what my vision was, and I'm hoping your vision would be of Crooked River being a community of families whether you're just a couple or you have kids, or your kids are grown, or maybe you got teenagers, or maybe you got relatives living with you, things are changing. And you kind of say, well, it's going to get bad. Is it? Do you call trading this bad? Do you call giving people spinach more than they can handle to take home and feed their kids and family with vegetables that are incredibly good for them? Or someone who's able to make salsas? Is that a step back? I don't think so. You know, life can't always be new pickup trucks and trailers and RVs. Life can actually get back to keeping the shelter over our heads, keeping our systems working, feeding our families, educating our families, and we do it as a village. And that is a wonderful feeling. I am so happy that I got some of my spinach out to a family that's going to, I mean, I gave them like 5 meals worth of spinach. I'll give them more if they want it. And that's just now. Just think when the summer comes and we're really flourishing with corn and the Jet Star tomatoes we do and stuff like that. We are actually getting ready to butcher a pig. We're going to have a whole freezer full of pork, and if somebody was in a bind, and maybe we'll barter with them and trade them for something that they have. It's endless. There's things you wouldn't think. You know, Sherry and I are not starving. We have jobs, and I have a pension and all that. You wouldn't think I'd get very excited about raw milk, would you? I can't wait till she lets me come over and learn how to milk a cow. I've never milked a cow. It's like, all right, that's a kind of a bucket list thing. You know, it's like, I want to milk a cow once just to say I've done it. And she's going to fulfill that dream for me. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to take this time to sit still for a minute and talk more about that. I've done videos on this before, and I'm going to do more to bring Crooked River Ranch, for those who want to participate, into a community or a village to help each other in good times and bad times. And I really hope other people on the ranch will get the same vision and somehow we'll organize it. I don't know how yet. I don't have all the answers. I just know what happened yesterday was exactly what I envisioned Crooked River Ranch community village to be like in the future, where we're all helping each other, trading with each other, not trying to make money off each other, but just have nice relationships with people, getting to know each other's families, sharing resources, saving each other money, filling in the gaps where weaknesses are. Like, I don't make my own milk, and I'm not going to, but she does. But I'm doing things here she's not. So let's get together. So I hope people hop onto this dream, this village idea. I'm not talking about HOAs, and I'm not talking about food banks, and I'm not talking about senior centers and stuff. Those all have a purpose on the ranch. But when we have a general feeling of village, that we all want to help each other one way or another, and it's not always fair. I mean, this day and age, everybody's like, what's in it for me? It's not about what's in it for you. It's what's in it for the community, for our village. Everybody should have a full belly. Everybody should have the leaks in their roofs fixed. Everybody should have water. Everybody should have food and available food without being so worried about their income. Because everybody's income's so different. Sherry and I have been very fortunate, but we've been down and out before, and we could be down and out again. You know, it's going to be really nice if I have a village that I can turn to for help. So anyway, guys, it's starting, and I'm hoping other people on the ranch that are doing things on a ranch, like dealing with horses, and people that have different kinds of animals they're growing that they want to trade or make available to us on the ranch. Let's do it. So guys, thank you very much for listening. I know this isn't showing all the pigs and the growing and all that stuff. This is just telling you that it's coming, and it has to come, because things get tough enough, you're going to realize life is going to really change. It's not going to be about video games and things like that anymore, or instant gratification. So a lot of work's going to come up, and a lot of skills that you don't have now you may need later. The ranch has got people who will teach you. The village is here. We just got to bring it together. So guys, thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. We really appreciate it. And in the comments below, I'd love to hear your comments. I hope you keep them professional. And yes, I know there's exceptions to everything I'm talking about. There's people that may not want to participate. There may be some folks that aren't so nice out there, and that's going to happen in any village. But we can overcome that. So guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Our videos are made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available at Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.